What is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. During this video I just want to make it kind of short, but I just want to do some kind of first impressions, a little walk around, and just talk about the car a little bit. Here right now with my boy Trev, helping me get some shots. Thank you, Trev. Look at the curves on that. This just makes me so happy right now, actually. What is up, fam? How's it going? Today I just want to talk about a couple of my first impressions on the car. For those of you that don't know, I picked up a 2012 Nissan 370z about 5 days ago, and honestly I am in love with it. One of my favorite parts about this car is just the fact that it has staggered wheels. Front they're 225s and in the back they're 245s. Not a huge difference in the wheels. On the 370zs, the back wheels are a little bit bigger than the ones in the front, and I don't know if you guys can really tell on video, but honestly, I think it looks really good. I've always just been a huge fan of staggered wheels, and the fact that it comes stock like that, super cool. Favorite part about the car, I'm probably gonna say that about every part of the car, but just look at the back of this thing. Damn. Personally, the only reason I got the 370Z was because of the body style, not because of the additional power or anything. Stock, this car is pushing 332 horsepower as opposed to the 350Zs, which I think generate like 280 around there. So honestly, you're paying definitely a few grand more for only like 40 or 50 horsepower. I will say the power is definitely there in the 370Z, but it's not a huge difference in comparison to the 350. Long term, I'd love to get a Nismo front end, TE37s. I'm not really 100% sure what I want to do with like my color scheme or anything. I was thinking about just blacking out the entire car, but a lot of people do that, and I just kind of want to make the car unique, so we'll see. I've always wanted a car with a dual exhaust, and this one comes stock with the dual exhaust. And I will say this is perhaps the quietest car I've ever owned. And believe it or not, I've owned 10 cars. This is my 10th car. I haven't actually like owned them for a super long time, but I've flipped cars and I've bought a lot of cars, and this is by far the nicest and the one I plan on keeping the longest. Okay, Trev, what is your favorite car that I've owned? Go.
The Jeep.
Jeep? Hey, Jeep. Without owning the Jeep, I would not own this car without a doubt. What started it all, man? First impression about the space this car has, that is not too good. Really cool though, the way the trunk opens, I don't know if you guys can see that. There's two buttons, one to unlock the car if you have the keys on you, and another one to pop the trunk, which I love how the trunk opens on this thing. All on hydraulics. It opens up to smallest trunk ever. In here, a vest, a sweatshirt, a piece of paper, and sunglasses. Hype. Lifting belt, and yeah, I can't really hold anything else in here. I know a lot of newer cars have this, but this button right here, if you have the keys on you and you actually press it, it'll either unlock the car or lock the car depending on what it is before you press the button. But I love that. Door handle is super nice. Big thing for me as a car owner, I look a lot into the interiors of cars, and I am very impressed with the interior on this car. I know the 350s are notorious for having like door panels that get scratched up really easily, and one thing that the 370s have, this is just cloth, but not as much of the door panel is just plastic. I'm gonna drink that. This stuff is so good. But as I was saying, the door panels on these cars have not nearly as much plastic as the 350s do. And I will say the portion of it that is plastic, I've noticed that just it gets scratched so easily. I don't know if that's just from my shoe or like my keys hitting it or whatever it is, but I've owned this car for 5 days and I've cleaned it twice, especially like the interior and the door panels and whatnot, and every time I get in and out of it, there's always scratches on it. And there's even a button on the passenger side, which is really cool. But the seats on this car are surprisingly really nice. I don't know, the bolsters on these things really grip your body well. After coming from a 2006 Ford Mustang where there is an excessive amount of body roll, I am in love with these. I am a little bit over 6 feet tall, and the biggest reason I chose this car over a BRZ or like an FRS was mainly just because the space. I test drove a couple BRZs, and my friend has one and he's let me drive it before. Shout out to you, Pike, but this car just fits me so much better and I don't feel like super squished together or anything. Button start on this thing. Love how the gauges are when you start up the car. 3 center gauges that really don't do anything, but they face towards you, and it just makes it feel like a sporty car. One thing I have never seen before in a car, which is super cool, when you adjust the steering wheel, the cluster comes with it. Like that, no cars do that, so props to you, Nissan. The gas mileage wise, I wouldn't say I'm getting the best gas mileage. I could definitely be getting better, but 17 miles per gallon. This car goes up to 180 on the speedometer, and I don't go like super fast all the time, but I just noticed myself getting up to speed so much quicker in this car, and that's a problem for me because I'm used to seeing like halfway up on the speedometer and that normally being 60. But now I look halfway up this speedometer, which is like, it's already different from like a Ford or a Jeep or anything, and I'll be going like 80 miles per hour. 6-speed manual transmission. First on this is similar to the BRZ, I'm pretty sure. You just push it down and all the way over. Push it down. Every car that I have dailied up until this point has been an American car, so no, this is probably just a normal thing and I'm just stupid for not knowing this, but the gas gauge is on the right-hand side, and for me that was really weird. The first time I went to gas up, I had to go turn around. Trev, you're a witness. Yeah, he witnessed it. I'm actually really surprised that you can just press this in and the gas, like, it opens. I don't know, I thought it would be a lever. I thought most cars had a lever, but it's all good. It's cool. First impression of this car, get this car. If you guys like cars, get this car. Blind spot on this car is the worst I've ever been in. In any car I've ever driven, the blind spot on this car is absolutely terrible. The windshield on this car is actually really short and it's fairly narrow, so looking out of that is also kind of a pain. It's not terrible, it just takes some time to get used to, but it's okay. I like the car. I love the car, so it's all worth it. Driving this car, I was not in gear due to the whole manual life, so I got to get used to that. But yeah, I just wanted to talk about this car a little bit. To those of you who are watching, thank you so much. It means the world to me. I have lots of plans I want to do to this car. Whether or not I actually do them will depend on how much money I want to spend on this car. I don't know. It's really easy to like load up my cart on any like car parts page and just have it all there. But when it comes to actually spending the money, I'm very religious about that. I don't do that too often. So buy some parts. It'll probably be exhaust, wheels, and coilovers. I don't know in what order, but those are the 3 things I would like to get for the car next. Really happy with this car. I have a bunch of plans for it, a bunch of stuff I want to do for it. I want to make a bunch of videos with it. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see with the 370Z, or what kind of videos you guys want to see in general. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Went to Qdoba 2 days ago. I want to know, guys, Chipotle or Qdoba? Let me know. He says Qdoba.